Amumu is an extremely tanky ability powered jungler. He has a lot of magic damage and crowd control. He can easily peel for his teammates or choose to engage and lock down the enemy team. It just depends on the situation. He's fairly easy to play, fairly straightforward, and he's definitely worth learning. If you don't currently have a tanky ability powered jungler, or if you're simply looking up for an easy pickup champ, Amumu is a great choice for you. He only costs 450 IP. If you try him and you figure out you don't like him, it's not a big deal. He didn't cost you much anyways. Let's go over Amumu's abilities real quick. Amumu's passive is Cursed Touch. Amumu's basic attacks reduce magic resist from his targets for 3 seconds, refreshing with each subsequent basic attack. You're really not going to notice this in a team fight or in a 1v1, but over an extended period of time, you will see yourself doing a little bit more damage. Overall, this passive won't make that much of a difference, but bear in mind it will be reducing their magic resist, so if you have any other magic damage people on your team, they will be doing more damage to them as well. Amumu's Q is Bandage Toss. You're going to take this at level 3 and max it last. When activated, Amumu tosses a bandage in the targeted direction that stuns the first enemy hit for 1 second, dealing magic damage and pulling Amumu towards their location. We are going to be maxing this last because even if we did max it second, the cooldown on it isn't low enough to use it several times in a gank typically, so we're just going to be able to use it once in a gank. This is essentially your only gap closer, so if you miss this in a gank, you're pretty much going to have to back off usually. In a team fight, you're going to try to use this to set up your ultimate or to peel for a teammate, and when you're jungling, you can also use this to get to your camps quicker. If you're on the opposite side of the camp, you can just Q to the other side. I wouldn't suggest doing this unless you have full mana or blue buff because it will drain your mana fairly quickly. Your W is Despair. You're going to be taking this at level 1 and maxing it second. When toggled, Amumu cries a continuous pool of tears, dealing magic damage every second to nearby enemies. This magic damage does do a percentage of the enemy's maximum HP, which makes it good at killing tanks specifically. It also couples quite well with your Cinderhulk that we will be building, so we'll have a double burn effect. Amumu's E is Tantrum. You're going to be taking this at level 2 and maxing it first. This ability has 2 parts, a passive and an active. Passively, Amumu takes reduced physical damage from enemy monsters. Per each level, it gets higher and higher, starting at 2 and getting all the way to 10. When activated, Amumu releases his anger, dealing magic damage to all nearby enemies, and the cooldown is reduced each time Amumu is hit by a basic attack by 0.5 seconds. Monsters activate this as well, so when all the little monsters are hitting you, you're going to be getting your E back faster and be able to use it more. Amumu's ult is Curse of the Sad Mummy. Upon activating, Amumu deals magic damage to nearby enemies and snares them in place. Not only are they snared, but they are also unable to auto attack for 2 whole seconds. Once we're level 6, we're gonna gank right away since our ultimate is very OP and it's pretty much a guaranteed kill. Ideally, we'll go bot lane since it is AoE. When jungling Amumu, always start with your bot side and get the best leash you can. Once again, make sure you start your tiers. It's going to give you the most damage and strongest clear against the big camp. Since there's no little monsters in the camp, starting Tantrum isn't very good since you won't be able to use it very often anyways. If you don't get a smiteless leash, go ahead and just smite it. You don't want to take too much damage. If they do give you a smiteless leash, you can do the big monster, so in this case blue, and then I can do my Gromp, but since I didn't get smiteless, I'm just going to do my wolves and clear up towards my red. If I was going against a counter jungler like Lee Sin or Shaco, I probably would have gone straight from blue to my red to do it quickly, or I would have warded my red to begin with. In this case, it is a Yi, and he did counter jungle me, so I walk up behind him and get the red buff to auto attack him while I hit him as well. He's doing a lot more damage to me because he does have his red buff and I don't, but we're both almost dead, so he does flee. Amumu really does struggle against counter junglers a lot because Amumu's early levels, he is vulnerable, he doesn't have a lot of damage, he's not very tanky, so keep an eye out for things like what you just saw there. You got to be weary. I did lead the red buff into the bush, so I wasn't in too much danger. I did get away there because I saw Yi coming and I could react to the situation. But don't just start your buff and leave it there. Make sure you draw it into the bush, otherwise you're going to be in a heck of a lot more danger. For your summoner spells, I suggest always taking Flash and Smite. They're overall your best options on Amumu Jungle. On your first back, try to get the Tracker's Knife or go for Stalker's Blade. Go for Stalkers if you want to gank more. Go for Trackers if you're just going to try to farm till 6. If you do get the Tracker's Knife, make sure you smite them and then Q. You want them to be slower so it's easier for you to land your Q. If you are going to be power jungling, try to get as many scuttles as you can to get down vision. Also go into the enemy's jungle when you're taking the scuttle and lay down some of your wards. Amumu's ganks pre-6 aren't that strong, especially since I didn't go stalkers. It's going to be even harder for me to land my Q, so the best thing I can do is rush to get level 6, just clear my camps and then gank. There's really no shame in this on Amumu because once you are level 6, it's pretty much a free kill. I usually recommend going bot lane when you have your ultimate because it's AoE, so you can hit both of them in it and usually get a double kill. Just depends on whatever link you're closest to. For your core items, I suggest Cinderholt, Frozen Heart, and Rylai's. The reason for Rylai's is because your W and your E do a bunch of AoE damage, so it's going to be really OP in fight since you'll constantly be slowing all the enemy champions. You're going to get Cinderholt just because it makes you tanky, gives you a lot of AoE damage, and it will also apply your Riley as slow. And the Frozen Heart you're getting for the armor, and a big reason is also for the mana, so that way you can keep spamming your abilities, and also for the 20% CDR. Really everything on it works really well on you. Now that I am level 6, I'm looking for a gank. I see mid is pretty much free since Galio can just ult him and then I can come in. Galio flash ults, I don't want to be late, I don't want to let TF ult, so I flash Q and then I ult as well. I didn't really need to use my ultimate there, I just wanted to be safe, make sure we could get the kill, that way we can come pick up Dragon for free. And it is Flame Dragon, so I want it pretty bad, especially since we have a Jhin on our team and he gets so much AD. The Flame Dragon is going to be really nice on him. Since we've taken Dragon and my ultimate is down, there's nothing else for me to really do, so I'm just going to clear my camps. Clearing my camps is going to give me a lot of golden experience. I want to get to my camps as fast as possible. Since I'm just going to go back, I'm just queuing from camp to camp. My top laner does die, so I'm going to clear out his CS, just going to run into the wave, leave my W on in E and just clear it all out, get a lot of golden experience, shove to the wave, and then Nasus can't freeze it. After you get your Cinderhulk, it's a good idea to pick up your normal boots, get your boots, and then get your Frozen Heart. Whenever you're trying to close a gap, always go with your Q, turn on your W, and then E them whenever it's up. Here I was trying to get Mastery off of him, so I ulted a little bit early, but I was just trying to build up some distance for Galio so he didn't die. Just auto attack, use my E whenever it's up, leave my tears on, do lots of damage, and we pick up both of the kills. A lot of the time, whenever you're trying to close a gap, you just run at them, and whenever they try to juke, you just keep letting them until you've closed the gap, and then you can just queue them for free. But in this case, I was trying to close it so Galio didn't die, so I was forced to queue prematurely, and I took the risk of my Q missing. My ultimate is down again, there's no dragon, so now I can just go down to my jungle. I can start clearing my camps again, getting that gold, getting experience. I could give blue to Galio, but Amumu is actually a pretty mana hungry jungler, so I usually just take it on Amumu. Only give it to your mid laner if they're just stomping. Here they're dying my teammates 4v2, just flash over the wall, I Q onto Yi, knowing he Q'd Jhin, so just pretty free. Twisted Fate is greedy and he goes for the Taric, uses his flash. He is going to die now. Watch how he just jukes and I just let him. Now, as he starts to run away in a straight line, now I Q, we pick up a free kill. I have really high clear speeds now since I have Cinderhulk and my E's maxed, and I'm also maxing my W, so I can just clear camps really quickly. I'm going to take camps whenever I can. I'm going to take Master Yi's camps. If he's not there, we've killed him, and I'm going to keep taking mine. When my ultimate is up, I'm still going to be looking for ganks, but overall, ganking isn't my priority unless my ultimate is up or if the kill is free. Here, I'm pretty sure Twisted Fate disconnected, so I just jumped in and killed him. I Q'd him while he was being ulted by Galio, so it was a pretty free Q. Always try to use your Q whenever they're being CC'd or they're slowed, that way you can't really miss it. After killing Twisted Fate, I can just go into Yi's jungle and he can't stop me. I'm a lot more fed than he is. He can't even 1v1 me. I won't even have to use my ultimate here. He's just going to run away. There's not a whole lot he can do. I can just walk out of his jungle. Nasus does use his teleport, so I am just going to have to walk away here, but I mean, I got his camp, I did a lot of damage to him, and he used his ultimate, so it doesn't really matter. Here, I'm just going to take the plant, and I know that I just took his wolves, and I know his Gromp is up, and he's low on HP. So I know he's going to go do his Gromp because he's greedy and wants gold, so I'm just going to come over here, auto attack the plant, I'm going to Q him, and now he's fucked. Now I can just keep auto attacking him and just ult, and it's a free kill. Notice how I didn't use my ult early. If he didn't react, I could have just killed him for free, but since he did, I did use my ultimate to kill him. Here, Ezreal's going to be really bold, so I'm just going to Q onto him, keep auto-attacking him, leave my tears on and E whenever it's up, and get a free kill on him as well. As you can see, I'm doing insane amounts of damage. We just keep picking off the enemy team one by one. Since I am so far ahead, even if we went to a fight 2v3, we could win it. I've pretty much taken all of my jungle, and my ultimate is up, so I'm just going to come help Trundle push. Yi is out of position, I'm going to flash ult, Q, and we pick up an easy kill on Yi. Now we can just keep pushing down the turret and keep pushing down towards the inhibitor, and there's not much they can do to stop us. Here, Nasus foolishly stayed, even though Yi was dead. I Q him over the wall, E, leave my tears on, keep auto-attacking him. And I'm really tanky and have Frozen Heart, so the turret doesn't do a lot of damage to me. Even though Trundle does take turret aggro, if I had taken it, we would have been fine anyways. Nasus puts himself against the wall at Q, and we pick up another easy kill. At this point, we are landsliding the game. We have both Flame Dragons, and we're just going to push down turrets, keep team fighting. On Amumu, you always want to be team fighting because that's where your strong point is. That's when you do the most damage. And your ultimate is an AoE entanglement. An entanglement is a snare, plus they can't use any auto attacks. So it's really, really strong. You do need to keep in mind though, if you ult someone like Annie, she will still be able to use all of her spells on you. So if you're really low on HP, you might want to keep that in mind before you go in on her and try to ult her. Me and Jhin are kind of screwed because Nasus came up behind us and Jhin stopped running for some reason. He turns to fight. Ezreal dodges my Q, which was really good of him. It almost seemed like a script, but he just got lucky in reality. I'm trying to peel for Jhin, but he's not really helping me out much here. He gets slowed by Nasus, and now Nasus is just going to chase his ass down and beat him. I'm kind of fucked, so I'm fighting Nasus, and as you can see, since I'm not with my teammates, I'm kind of screwed since I'm going to get 1v3'd here. In hindsight, I should have just left Jhin to die since he stopped running. To go back over a few things we've talked about, on Amumu, focus on farming typically until you're level 6. Once you're level 6, try to get off a good gank. Try to go bot lane since your ultimate is AoE, but if you're near a different lane where you feel like you can get the kill, then go ahead and do it. Using your ultimate and your flash together is really strong. Just flash ult and you'll catch them by surprise. It's really good, especially if you know your teammates are going to follow you up, so keep an eye on your teammates. Here Galio follows me up, I flash ult, he comes in and he ults, and we pick up 3 kills. It's really, really easy. And it's fairly quick too. It's really safe as well because no one's even going after Jhin because they can't go after Jhin because we're in the front lining it and we're CCing absolutely everybody. Whenever you're using your Q, don't use it too early unless you absolutely have to save a teammate's life. Try to run up to them as close as you can and then try to Q. That way it'll waste a lot of time trying to dodge it, and you'll get closer and closer, making it easier to land. If you're going to be ganking a lot, go with the Chilling Smite. Otherwise, go with the Tracker's Knife and lay your wards for your team. That way you'll still be really helpful pre-6 because you'll be warding for your teammates. And that's about it for this Amumu guide. If you guys enjoyed this video or it helped you out, I would really appreciate it if you dropped me a like. It helps me out a lot. It really makes me want to keep doing what I'm doing. Thank you all so much for watching if you've made it this far, and good luck to you guys out there on the rift.